So Sam and I have arrived at Rocca Calascio or something like that. I'll write it down here. This beautiful, beautiful old castle fortress thingy on top of a mountain. We're here at sunset and the sun is setting right over here. So it's going to hopefully throw some really awesome light into the scene. So even though it's a super good looking castle, the first thing that me and Sam, who I'm traveling with right now, we saw first as photographers, this area out here. Look at all those mountains and how the light just caress the mountainside. Now right now I'm rather lucky because as a real Mads Peter Iversen photo, I have a couple of people actually standing right here. So they make for really great scale against this beautiful hilly landscape. I'm shooting it with a long lens, either the 100-400 or my 28-200 millimeter lens. And yeah, as I concluded in the last video I made, be sure to check it out when you get time. Like, there is no best gear or right gear or something like that, but there is some gear that actually get the job done, and a good travel lens and a good telephoto lens, especially in mountainous areas like this. You can really zoom in and you can really like zoom into the scene, compress the scene. It's not the lens, it's your perspective. The lens doesn't do anything, it just crops the scene. So I'm trying to like find a proper balance in the landscape. I have this little trail here. You can see right here. I'm walking along here and I can walk all the way over here and to a little platform over here. There are two other photographers that I don't know. And then you can photograph this beautiful scene. The scene itself doesn't change a whole lot walking along here, but nevertheless it's still really beautiful. So yeah, long lens on, f11, ISO 100, ISO 320 on my A7 R3, and yeah, that's the scene. There's not a whole lot to it. Zoom in, get the shot, wait for better light, I don't know. This video is recorded in a region of Italy called Abruzzo. Most of my visit to Italy was filmed in the region of Tuscany, so if you haven't seen last week's video from Tuscany, be sure to do so afterwards. And of course subscribe for future videos, also from Tuscany. Be sure to also get my 2 ebooks on composition, as I cover all the basic compositional tools you can use to up the aesthetics of your photos. Both ebooks ends with a chapter where I summarize all the different compositional tools I cover, and both ebooks are easy to read with minimal text and loads of examples. As always, thanks for all the 5-star reviews to those of you who've already got the ebooks. It means a ton and makes sure I can keep producing these videos. There is a link in the description of this video if you want the ebooks. So I gotta admit that over the past years or so, if there's enough light, I've become much more the run and gun type. There's no reason to put up the tripod if there's enough light. And that also means that I can work much faster. So just look at this scene here. Now we have the castle right here in front of us. Very awesome. And then there's some old walls here on either side. And by simply just lining up the castle with these walls, I can like frame the castle. It's all about like finding the right distance so the walls take up more or less of the scene. So the thing about this scene is I have to think a little bit about the aperture, because if I close it down, then the walls will of course be more in focus than if I have it all the way open. and the light is coming down, the sun is coming down, so it's something I have to figure out. Also have to be a little bit patient at this specific location because it is actually quite a touristy location, so there are like people walking into the scene all the time, but it is what it is when you go to a location like this, because yeah, well, I haven't shot in the mountains for I don't know how long time besides my workshops in the Faroe Islands. It was really nice to be back. Like, it's an absolutely ridiculously epic landscape that I really didn't know about here in Italy before. Yeah, we researched it and figured out that we wanted to go to this castle. It looks incredible. So sunset is happening relatively fast, the light is beautiful. I found this little window in like a wall behind me, and if I crawl into that window like this, then I can actually shoot the castle and kind of frame it up at the same time, and then use my wide angle lens, and I think it looks really cool. But this right here, it feels really dumb. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this will be a really, really cool shot because it's framing and yeah, nice light and an old ruined castle. So settings wise, in regard to this specific shot here, I'm shooting at f16, ISO 320, and that gives me a shutter speed of around 1/100th of a second. But I am going to bracket this one because I'm shooting directly into the sun, so I'm not entirely sure if I can get the entire dynamic range in there. So yeah, f16. I may try a focus stack, so I also focus on yeah, like the wall here or the window wall. But yeah, besides that, handhold and then just straight on. So I've come to the back side of the castle, and I knew that I wanted to focus on the front side of the castle and shoot into the sun because generally I prefer those photos. But now here on the back side, we're going into the blue hour. The castle is still lit a little bit by the sunset, and it looks really awesome from the back side too. If they had just like put a door or something like right there or a window, it would just have like put the dot over the eye. But here from behind, it also looks really, really nice. So yeah, again, like go to these foreign locations, no matter how you plan and what you think you want to do. I managed to use all my three main lenses, the wide angle zoom, the standard zoom, and the long lens zoom, 100 to 400, all the way out at 400mm, which is like hammering into the sunset while the sun was going down very close over the mountains here in the background. It looked really, really beautiful. And there's this little chapel thing here in the background, and I also included in some of the photos. You can see him right here. It looks really, really nice. So yeah, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, I can highly recommend to bring all your lenses, because it just gives you such a much larger opportunity to work efficiently and get as many photos from a location as you want. After all, I've come all the way to Italy, to the top of a mountain, and it would be so annoying to stand here and like miss out on a lens. It's nice being out shooting in a new location again. It's been so long. So here are some more photos. We stayed into the blue hour to get a few shots, which I'll show in a bit. Sadly, we didn't get to shoot the Milky Way, which was what we originally planned for because clouds moved in early in the night. Yup, sometimes I do not get what I planned for. Before I show you the last photos, be sure to enroll in my huge Photoshop for Landscape Photographers post-processing course if you want to learn how I edit my photos. In this course I teach you all the basics of the programs I use and then all the way through to advanced techniques such as focus stacking, blending photos, and working with luminosity masks, where it is all about respecting the light and giving you the skills needed so you can fulfill your vision and make the photos you want to make. There's a coupon code in the description of the video if you want to save a bit of money. Just when the sun came down, we returned to the first location as the rounded mountains made for some gorgeous abstract shapes with the setting sun. So here are the photos and the before mentioned blue hour photo. As always, I'd highly appreciate both a like and a comment, and be sure to check out the description of the video for my ebooks, course and newsletter where I announce workshops and new products. Thanks as ever for watching.